if you're choosing your political candidate based off of your favorite entertainer's point of view, yeah, you're doing it wrong.
One of the things that you hear from Trump's supporters is that he signed the First Step Act in 2018. He's a partner in this effort. What do you say to people who say, "Oh no, he would be an ally. Look what he did in 2018."
He's not been an ally. I mean, I think the First Step Act was fine. It was a very kind of small reform, and to be honest, most of the reform we need is on the local and state level, because most incarceration is local and state, and most of the laws that end up being criminally enforced are local and state laws. That being said, at the same time, you know, he's claiming credit for those small things. He's also saying, you know, if people are stealing something, they should get shot in the middle of the store. When we protested the killing of George Floyd, he was advocating for the military to shoot us in the streets.
Really?
He's made it clear throughout his life that he believes black people are inferior. Like, he believes that to his core, in his bones. He wouldn't let us live in his buildings back in the day. But also, when you hear some of the stray comments he makes, he clearly believes in a genetic hierarchy of humanity, and is racially determined. So he is a tried and true, like, dyed-in-the-wool racist. Like, in the core of his being, he's a racist. So I don't want to hear what he has to say about what he's done for black people. He's done very little for us, and he is at his core truly a racist. And you even hear what he says about immigration and which countries he wants people to come in from. They all are very white.
That is true. That's something pretty universal about them. So I knew you were active on the campaign trail in 2020. You have a lot on your plate. Are you going to be out there campaigning for Joe Biden this fall?
Yeah, we'll get out there probably later in the year as it gets close to people making decisions about when it's time to vote. I think the choice is very clear. There's a lot been said about age and all these other things. Both of them are old. But one of them is a really decent man who's done a lot to improve lives in this country, and that's Joe Biden. That's who I'm going to be voting for, and I'll be out there supporting him.
First of all, don't nobody give a bro, about what you think, because, dog, you don't even believe what you're saying. I genuinely believe that you don't believe what you're saying. I believe that you realize that you're not being intellectually honest. Bro, you what?
Fresh scrutiny comes from his earliest years in the Senate, when he
Even
strongly opposed
CNN.
mandatory school busing. It was designed to achieve integration and a more equitable education. What's less known is how he followed the lead of some of the Senate's most fervent segregationists. In a series of never-before-published letters reviewed by CNN, the strength of Biden's opposition to busing comes into...
Reviewed by who? Hold on. Reviewed by who?
Letters reviewed by CNN, the strength of Biden's opposition to busing comes into sharper focus. On March 25, 1977, Biden wrote, "My bill strikes at the heart of the injustice of court-ordered busing. It prohibits the federal courts from disrupting our educational system." Biden sought and received support from Mississippi Senator James Eastland, a leading symbol of Southern resistance to desegregation. He frequently spoke of blacks as, quote, an inferior race.
Before I give any thoughts, bro, Kamala Harris even called him racist.
You are a racist. And I agree with you when you commit yourself to the importance of finding common ground. But I also believe, and it's personal, and I was actually it was hurtful to hear you talk about the reputations of two United States senators who built their reputations and career on the segregation of race in this country. And it was not only that, but you also worked with them to oppose busing.
Look, everything I've done in my career, I ran because of civil rights. I continue to think we have to make fundamental changes in civil rights. And those civil rights, by the way, include not just only African Americans, but the LGBT community.
But Vice President Biden, do you agree today that you were wrong to oppose busing in America then?
No,
do you agree?
I did not oppose busing in America. What I opposed is busing ordered by the Department of Education That's what I opposed.
Well,
I
there
did
was
not
a
oppose.
failure of states to integrate
No,
public schools in America. I was part of the second class to integrate Berkeley, California public schools almost 2 decades after Brown v. Board of Education.
Because your city council made that decision. It was a
So
local
that's
decision.
where the federal government must step in.
The
That's why we have the
federal
Voting
government must
Rights Act and the Civil Rights Act. That's why we need to pass the Equality Act. That's why we need to pass the ERA, because there are moments in history where states fail to preserve the civil rights.
And last but certainly not least,
What you all know, but most people don't know, unlike the African American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community with incredibly different attitudes about different things. You go to Florida, you find a very different attitude about immigration in certain places than you do when you're in Arizona. So it's a very different, a very diverse community.
So I just watched the clip, and Joe Biden this morning totally disparaged and insulted the black community. What he said is incredible, and I don't know what's going on with him, but it was a very insulting statement.
I'm so tired of these celebrities, what the hell? I'm so tired of these celebrities getting on these publications and, oh, he has done nothing for black people. He always talk about the First Step Act. And then want to sit there and try to minimize the situation as if Joe Biden didn't take part in why the black people were in jail in the first place. Man. Dog, talk about the unemployment rate. They don't want to talk about that. Oh, some other external factor. The fact that black people, we were buying homes more than ever. Black businesses were through the roof. What are we talking about, bro? Opportunity zones. Can somebody please show me the clip of Trump saying that black people are inferior? Please show me the video. Somebody gotta have it. It's on the internet. We got a whole lot of calling 4Ks for Biden. I'm telling you, man, y'all going out bad if y'all letting these entertainers, including myself, dictate your political candidate. That should not be the biggest factor in it. You should be sitting there deciphering information for yourself and really figuring it out for yourself. Like, this dude is talking like a paid activist, in my opinion. I don't feel like he's not being intellectually honest, and it's pissing me off. As somebody pointed out, apparently hoaxing is a way of life. The hoaxing lifestyle. These grifters is gonna keep on grifting. Come on, dog. This is doing nothing but dividing us even more, and y'all continuously spewing these talking points. You had Hillary coming out and saying something similar. All the guy kept saying was he's racist. He's racist. He's a known racist. He's pretty much racist. Like, and didn't really have anything to back it up outside of just him talking about his feelings. And all the while trying to discredit the efforts that Trump made for black people. Like, dog, if he hadn't have done that, you would have known, man, he did nothing for black people at all. Can't win for losing. And in terms of all the riots, people were losing their jobs, man. People were losing their homes, dog. And y'all, it's for reparations. No, bro, no. You need to go watch the Candace Owens documentary and really get an understanding about what took place with the George Floyd situation, for sure. Honestly, man. You know what? I don't want to hear what she has to say. No, go look at the information objectively. You know what I'm saying? She's not gonna give you subjective talking points. She's not just gonna tell you how she feels. She's gonna actually show you what took place and why the actions that follow weren't necessarily justifiable. Not to mention, black people also lost their jobs at the hands of this. People were losing their lives. What are you talking about? Of course Trump is gonna go, yeah, man, we need to make sure we got people. He didn't say this exactly, but he insinuates that he need to get that under control, and people are showing criminal-like behavior. How do you not see this? Talking about he kicked black people out of the building, all this other stuff. What about the black woman that he housed? And what about all the black business loans that he gave out when black people weren't able to get these business loans, and then let them keep the profit? Nobody want to talk. Let's talk about how he received recognition within the black community from the likes of Jesse Jackson, which he's also assisted literally for free. He's received awards in the black for the good he's done in the black community. But as soon as he runs for Republican, over with. the way he kept repeating that, it makes me wonder, what the hell do Trump got on you, John? What he got on you, John? Is you over there looking like you trying to avoid something? At this point, man, we not going for it no more. I don't know what y'all, this is not in 2000, 1999. This ain't the 80s. You're not gonna be able to just say something and just make us believe it because you said it. We're seeing the shit with our own eyes.
Dear John Legend, can you tell me about the disrespectful racial comments that your wife has said in the public? Can you tell me what has Biden done for black people? Can you tell me what Kamala Harris has done for black people? Tell me what has the Democratic Party ever done for black people other than create programs to make our people comfortable so our people will have a reason to play the victim in situations where we can have more power. I am so sick and tired of this narrative that Donald Trump is racist when y'all have been voting for the Democratic Party that has allowed our people to be in prison, when Kamala Harris is one of the reasons why so many black men in California is in prison today. This is why I truly believe that people need to stop looking to these celebrities for advice and intelligence when they lack it, and when he married somebody who was not even black in the first place. This is the same black woman that has not even spoken up for black people until it's beneficial for her.
In recent news, we have another black elite who is trying to stop the black community from supporting Trump, as we know that they will do. What he should have said before this message even started was paid and approved by the DNC, because that's exactly what it's given. Okay, right. Puppet. John Legend, sir, I pose the question to you. What have you ever done for the black community, sir? Fix it, Jesus. Aren't you married to a who, what, where, when, why, how? Fix it, Jesus. We know them tweets were deleted. Fix it, Jesus. John Legend says that Donald Trump is racist to his core, to his very bones, because back in the day, he didn't allow black people to rent in the buildings that his family owned. Okay, well, back in the day, Joe Biden also said that he didn't want his kids to go to school with monkeys. He also signed the 1994 crime bill that has more black people locked up and never getting out than anybody else. Did you mention that? Of course you didn't, because we know that this is all an agenda. We're not stupid. And so any black person who does support Trump, you're not going to stop us from supporting him, no matter how much you sit up there and fall back on the fact that he is racist. Do you have anything else to say? Can you talk about the economy? Can you talk about bills that he's passed?
No, I can't.
But we're not going to talk about that, right? Because Biden's whole presidential run, again, just like Obama's, he has ignored you. And what's so funny is that Obama is Joe Biden's right-hand man. And once again, we see that even with Obama being there to talk to Joe Biden, to advise Joe Biden, he's still ignoring you motherfuckers, right? But we're not talking about that, right? Because in Obama's presidential run, he only cared about the LGBTQ. And now in Joe Biden's run, he only cares about the immigrants. We're not going to talk about that, though, right? Okay.
No, we're not.
Brand new interview on MSNBC, musician John Legend endorsed President Biden.
What? He did? Oh man, this is amazing news.
That would be crazy news, Hair Bear, except John Legend and Chrissy Teigen both endorsed Joe Biden in 2020.
Yeah.
Obviously after they tried to endorse Elizabeth Warren, and then that didn't pan out. But I will be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I was leaning hard towards voting for Donald J. Trump.
Me too.
But to hear that John Legend is endorsing Joe Biden, I mean, the man is just so in touch with what the middle and lower class are going through right now. I mean, the struggle is real for him and his wife.
Yes.
What? Oh, they have lots of money. They don't understand what I'm going through.
Hair Bear, if you're hanging on to the hope that the fact that a few elite celebrities are endorsing Joe Biden, this is not news.
They voted, well, they endorsed him, and voted for him in 2020. Yeah, at this point, it's safe to say whoever John Legend and his wife are endorsing, we going the other way. At this point. Harry getting excited about this type of thing. Boo. I tell you what, if you made it to the end of the video, let me know right now. Do you even care about John Legend's opinion? And also, you get this virtual hug for making it to the end. Oh.